Good evening. So this is a little bit of a different tarot for the collective. It is not a rune raker video, but I will be doing one of those coming up within the next week or so, just to let you know in case you feel so inclined to watch it. This particular video this evening is in regards to the energies of the Venus conjunct Mars today on the 13th here that we have. And Venus and Mars have been doing their little bit of a dance and their little bit of a shuffle and their little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump. And they're coming together today here at 19 degrees of Leo, shining down some lovely energies on us. And, I thought perhaps we tap into these energies and see what it means for us. I'll go over the astro stuff and then we'll pull some cards and see what the cards have to say and see what the universe and spirit wants us to kind of, understand or know or get into, or, the emotions that are arising, the connections that are being made and what have you. So I'll pull like an overall energy card and then a few cards from the Light Seers deck, because Light Seers Tarot just called to me with all of its vibrant colors. It felt very Venus-y. So I guess what I would have to first get into today is that it's really interesting that Venus is conjoining Mars here on today, the 13th, which 13 is a number of Venus. 13 frequency is very powerful. The number 1 in the 13 is symbolic of the individual, while the number 3 symbolizes the power of unbridled creativity. So there's a lot of history behind the number 13. When the Masons saw the number 13, they saw a number that was symbolic of this transformational process that brought the individual to their perfected state, and in the same kind of vibe, the Celtic calendar followed the rhythm of the moon, and they followed that was made up of 13 months, each consisting of 28 days. So these 13 months were the result of balance and harmony, which further strengthens that beautiful energy of the number 13 and its positivity. Most people think of the number 13 and they have negative connotations to it. But it's our overall energy card. We have the sun. The number 13, in esotericism, more specifically in tarot, the 13th arcanum of the Tarot of Marseille it corresponds to the card, the Unnamed, which is also called the Death card, which is, that card was coming up quite a bit in the last week or so as well. And, unlike what that name brings to mind, we know that this is synonymous with transformation, not so much bad energies, but beautiful transformation. So, the end of a phase leading to the beginning of another. And this metamorphosis energy brings with it the beginning of a new era and marks the start of a transition. And, with this Venus and Mars energy, that's really interesting, because I feel like there are certain types of endings that come up. And, these are these little deaths that are leading to big rebirths in relationships and heart chakras and connections and different things. So it's really interesting that, they come together on this beautiful day. So, this card offers the possibility of enhancing your good luck or seizing a new opportunity. So again, 13 frequency is very powerful. And plus there are also 5 Venus cycles. Venus does her little cycles that occur every 8 years. And in that 8 years, Venus goes around the sun 13 times. This also links to Fibonacci sequence, because 8 plus 5 equals 13. And for many, of course, 13 represents the return of the divine feminine, including mysteries connected with Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Shekinah, Sophia. And this is representative of the natural rhythms and cycles coming into this beautiful sacred balance. 13 is also thought to be the essence of the empowered and embodied Christed feminine. And 13 is also a number that transcends matter and is coded with the frequencies of ascension and oneness and unity, and it transforms everything. It's a very pure number. It's incorruptible. It exists within its own integrity. And many ancient secret societies and mystery schools understood that the number 13 represented death and rebirth through ascension into eternal life. And it represented that beautiful secret knowledge of all life, including sacred sexuality. So again, we have this beautiful synchronicity with Mars and Venus. And the Norse rune, the 13th rune in the Norse alphabet, is linked with the balance between light and dark, death and rebirth, the heavens and the underworld, the masculine and the feminine. So again, this beautiful connection that we're making here with Venus and Mars on the 13th. It's just a sacred number for the moon. And the Egyptians described it as 13 steps on the ladder that lead to eternity. And the 13th step was where the soul reached the source of itself and it attained spiritual completion. And 13, the word reincarnation has 13 letters. And then in Arthurian legend, the lovely Merlin guards the 13 treasures of Britain. So, I just find that really interesting how we've gotten into that. And, this beautiful Mars and Venus conjunction, this is creativity. It harmonizes any imbalances. It's activating soulmate and twin flame contracts. So it's really interesting how I feel like Venus is kind of leading the way here. I feel like she's kind of guiding this beautiful connection. When Venus and Mars come together, we can experience a beautiful rebirth of their energies, and a new awakening, a new metamorphosis, a new transition, a new cycle of both the feminine and masculine principles within us, as well as with the divine masculine and with the divine feminine. So this awakening is going to help us shift our attitudes towards our sexuality, our relationships, and the feminine and masculine energies that we have within us. Venus represents this sacred feminine energy, and the number 13 as well. This energy goes beyond gender and it lives within all of us. It lives within nature. And it's represented by wavy lines and running water and the process of flowing. So Venus energy is like that beautiful intuitive whisper, that tear that trickles down your cheek, your open heart chakra, the wanderer's beautiful journey. It's the cool breeze, the sound of rain, the moon, and the dark night sky. And of course, in astrology, we know that Venus is the planet of love and harmony and money and beauty. Its energy inspires us to connect with our inner goddess, to fan our creative flames, to create wealth and abundance, and surround ourselves with all forms of beauty. So then we get into Mars, and Mars represents the sacred masculine energy. This energy goes beyond gender, and it lives within all of us and all of nature. It is represented by straight lines, still water, and that process of scheduling and organizing and activating. It is our rational mind, the ability to speak our truth, and the stability and security that we need to survive this 3D world. It's the warm sun, the bright blue sky, and the feeling of accomplishment as we close our eyes at the end of the day. So in astrology, Mars is considered that planet of action and motivation and fearlessness. Its energy aspires us to forge ahead, to push past our fears, and to find our inner confidence and strength. And if you noticed in the collective reading yesterday, there was a lot of fire energy that was kind of like guiding us towards that as well. So now as Venus kind of takes over today and brings it home, how can we create more balance between the energies that they offer? That's our question to ask. They only meet together every 2 years or so. And the last time they aligned was back in August of 2019. So you can kind of take the time here to look back to this time to see how your attitudes around love and relationships and fearlessness, how these things have evolved within you, and how the qualities of the masculine and feminine energies within you have also potentially transformed and are continuing to transform. Maybe you're going through a big transformation surrounding the energies, today, or, these Venus and Mars energies are like, within a week or so. So it's been going on leading up to this day, and we'll feel them for a few more days afterwards. So as they come together to conjunction this beautiful sign of Leo, we can notice that this also activates our adventurous side and gets us into like seeking new experiences, new excitements. Perhaps it injects this energy of playfulness in. And as Venus and Mars conjunct, it's a time to remember that through all this outer chaos and the heartaches of life, there is a beauty and a lightness that can be found too. And life can sometimes get a little bit too serious. It's easy to get caught up in those intense moments and those roadblocks that life brings. But this meeting of this beautiful goddess of love and the fearless Mars warrior, this is a time where we may feel ourselves, taking that balanced and lighter approach to whatever comes your way, and it can also activate soulmate, kindred flame, twin contracts. We can encounter these people. We can create new relationships with anyone, and we can experience spiritual awakenings that are inspired or triggered or moved by the relationships in our lives or chance encounters that we make with people. And then also on the other end, we could also end relationships that are no longer serving us or that we've outgrown. People may exit our lives and it's time to start those new chapters. And we can gain insights or confirmation on the soulmates or twin flames that we already have in our lives. Things can be healed within those relationships too. And then also soulmates and twin flames and people that are healers, they can awaken here as well and evolve and get new insights. And, soulmates can come forward. It's a really cool energy. So it's a rare treat. It's a time of unity. The two cosmic lovers coming together for that first kiss, the symbol of the yin and yang of the universe. So find your balance, find your creativity or motivation. Use it to remind yourself that you too are a child of the universe. You're like connected to all that's around you. And, balance these energies within and without the masculine and feminine energies. This is like destined events that are taking place. The healing process, ascension energies, new relationships, new projects, merging of the divine masculine and feminine. It's really beautiful energy. So enough about that. Let's get into the cards, of course. I just love transits like this because they're just powerful energetic activation moments, portals, So I really would like everyone to kind of think about how it's affecting them and how they can tap into that beautiful energy. So here we have the Sun card, which as we were talking about Mars, that's beautiful. And of course, this is, Leo season here as well. It just shows this time is of great importance. And this card is absolutely beautiful because she's got this, all of this light and energy that she's just captured here. Also, I feel like a lot of her crown chakra is involved in this energy as well. These rays of sunlight, flower petals, and birds, they're emanating from her into the sky. She's filled with this complete happiness and she's spreading her warmth to other people's lives. So I feel like, even with the sunshine, you can feel sad, but soon this bird will fly away. Soon your negative moods will pass and the sun will shine on you once again. So to me, this card is speaking of breakthroughs into different insights that you require to kind of move you towards your happiness, to move you towards that energy of warmth and joy and generosity, to inspire you, to shine the light for you. And I feel like it's like, becoming whole, knowing that you're more than enough, shining like the sun with that beautiful, energy of joy and success and abundance and fulfillment and creativity and love. So this is absolutely perfect that this has come up for us because, there's life being breathed into everything that we touch, not just our relationships here. This card to me just says that this summer is a time of, harmonic abundance for everyone. Celebration energies, success. Expect to find your bliss, Be ready to tap into that Mars energy and take inspired actions, but base this on your love and your positivity and your generosity of that Venus energy too. And allow others to bask in the warm glow of your heart and your inspired mind, and it's like you have this charisma, you have this charm, you have this energy that is calling you to live it up, liven it up, follow your dreams. You are perfect and whole, loved by the cosmos. And Venus is saying it's time to find your shiny confidence, tap into that Mars energy and believe in yourself. Illuminate the corners of your heart. Set your world ablaze with beautiful opportunities. I mean, this card for the overall energy really speaks to, just how important that it is that Venus is leading the charge here, but Mars is here as well. It's like it is a beautiful balance. That Sun card is a beautiful balance of fire action with the beautiful, loving, nurturing, abundant energy of Venus as well. Absolutely gorgeous. So again, don't block yourself off from shining and being the best you that you can be. This card, it's like that beautiful strength card that we had for the collective the other day. It's like you have this beautiful inner light that deserves to be seen, and it deserves to be shined out onto others, and it comes from a loving place, and you want to share that energy. Yeah, and I feel like some people are the towers underneath. I feel like some of you are coming from this place where it's kind of like you've started from scratch. Everything kind of fell apart, I feel like all of those relationships, all of those things that you thought were making you happy up until now, you're seeing that they weren't. They weren't because you didn't have that inner value, that inner strength, that inner confidence, and you weren't listening to your heart. And I feel like there's been a lot of self-love energy in the air, and I think that's where we're seeing this tower come in, because it's like people are no longer wanting to turn back to the way that things were done before. This energy is like, once you see what your worth is, once you tap into that energy, it's like there's no looking back. There's just no looking back at all. And I'm going to be pulling some more from Light Seers next. It's like, yeah, once you know what your joy is and what your bliss is, it's like you want to follow that. You don't ever want to go back to a time where you were empty of that and where you didn't see your worth and you didn't see your value. That kind of astrology is in the air right now too. Yeah, and it's like Seven of Pentacles underneath. It's like you've worked so hard to get to this point, you've started to build these seeds. It's like you're not going to walk away now. You want to see this beautiful new life, this beautiful new abundance, this beautiful new energy and heart chakra opening, and this beautiful new worth you want to see that come to fruition, Yeah, I mean, the first three cards out, Major Arcana. So this is really important energy. And then we have the page here. So we have the Magician, the World, Venus, the Empress, and the Page of Cups. So yeah, like there's again, with these cycles ending, these cycles are closing out, like big important cycles. And I think you can feel that. I think this World card is like, maybe some of you are feeling a little bit kind of alone in that energy right now. But I think that you needed to do that for a while. I think this is that after the self-love, because this card is in the center here. So this card is like kind of guiding this, and to me, this Magician and Empress are like divine masculine and feminine energies as well. So we'll get into that, but the World card is just speaking to me right from the beginning here. She's like standing in that beautiful Ouroboros. It's hard to see with this card, but that's what it is. And did we not talk about that with the beautiful number 13 frequency? So this is completions. This is wholeness. This is, you've come so far, and this is like this project, this period in your life, this, things are coming to a successful conclusion, or, things are coming to an end, painful periods, painful things that occurred that, needed to be transformed. They came up to be healed. They came up to be released. They came up to be transformed. Perhaps, those feelings of, not believing in your worth, not valuing yourself, all of those energies that are done, that you will no longer tolerate after that Tower card moment too, And now it's time to revel in the sweet afterglow of your success. Like, again, with that sun card, bask in the sunlight, you know? And even if you're not quite through yet, this card is also like you're on the right path. But I feel like it's coming very quickly, because this magician, it's like swirling up, you know, it's swirling up. And with the sun card, I feel like Leo season right around the corner here, we're approaching. And I feel like that's the cusp that you're standing upon too, you know. So step into this world's ascension energy. Again, it's like the 13 frequency. You could be like ascending. You know, you could be ascending to new levels of awareness and new wholeness, and feeling that love, opening that heart chakra, feeling Venus and the Empress like enveloping you. You know, this is a beautiful shift in your inner spiritual awakening energy, your inner, like if you're going through some ascension energies as well. And you know, you're finding this balance between your inner energies and your outer reality too. So again, with the Mars and Venus, it's like you're balancing your inner and outer worlds. And, you know, keep this resolve going, because now you're like keep moving forward. This fruition energy is coming, like tap into that Mars energy and stay focused, you know, don't slow down. And you can kind of see the magic at the end of this journey here, like, because the magician and the Empress cards, it's like you've been manifesting, you've been creating abundance, you've been working on your self-love and your heart chakra. And this Page of Cups, I think, is really important too. So, you know, it's time to follow through with these final steps and complete this beautiful cycle and start this beautiful new life for yourself. You know, this card is bliss and happy endings, and you know, oodles of this beautiful positive energy. And right next to the Empress here, it's like, you know, you're manifesting this abundance, this connection with the world around you as well. Like perhaps some of you are starting to see, like, you know, you want to follow that bliss of traveling. You want to expand your horizons, because there's like, you know, there's some other energies that are tapping in with the astrology right now too. There's a lot of traveling and exploring and creating and being innovative, that perhaps those are beautiful things that you're beginning now, and you're ending those old cycles of stagnancy and fear and rigidity, and those things that were kind of keeping you in that place. Now you see the world is at your fingertips. Absolutely beautiful energy. Wow. So, like I said, it's like I'm getting a lot of energies channeling through me here from these cards. The Magician and the Empress, I feel like they are divine masculine and feminine counterparts. But it's like the Empress is that Venus energy that we spoke of. She's ready to birth this abundant future, and look at like the world, and then the world in her stomach as well, you know. So there's definitely some travel energies. There's definitely people that are expanding, even if it's just you know, putting yourself out into the world, showing who you are now that you've completed this cycle of, you know, with the Sun card. It's like maybe this summer you'll be out putting yourself out into the world in a way that you've never experienced, you've never shown people before. You know, you are seeing yourself in a different light, so you're projecting yourself differently. You're taking this Mars energy and you're taking action to put things into motion, to put yourself out there. And then again, to travel, to start new businesses, to expand that as well, to go on adventures, you know. And this is that positive outcome, this unconditional love, this flourishing creative energy, and it's like the earth, you know. And again, it's like we had from the reading the other day, this beautiful, like the Mars, like the fire, the drive, the motivation, and then the Venus energy of earth and abundance and flow, you know. It's beautiful. It's like this, again, a balance too. It's like you're bringing your dreams from the ethereal realms, you know, from this Page of Cups too. Your dreams are coming in, and now you're grounding them down, and you're creating things from them, and you're showing them, you're birthing them. This beautiful abundance. It's like, I feel like it for some of you, it's like always been available to you, but I think you couldn't see it until you went into this energy of transformation until you had that tower moment, until you engaged in that self-love, until you were able to kind of get yourself out of the shadow energies and start this new beginning. And now you can kind of see these things coming through as well. And this energy of regeneration is everywhere around too. And that's the number 13 as well, that transformation, that ebb and flow, that yin and yang, the life and the death and rebirth energies. It's just really flowing through this reading tonight. So you're entering this time of like profound healing and blessings, and you've been manifesting this, you've been creating this, and the divine masculine has been doing a lot of that shadow work as well. And it's like there's these inspirations that are coming through, these possibilities, like those things are coming through with that sun card energy as well. And it's like you can after this moon energy, there was a lot of like healing that was done. And you can seek to heal your physical temple too, and you can continue to nourish your soul, and you can embody this beautiful shining creative energy of the Empress and the Sun, and the Magician too. Continue to move calmly and gracefully, like we talked about with that graceful leadership, like get into that passionate, fiery, creative energy, but like bring in the element of grace. I feel like the Temperance card could be here too, but I don't think she needs to be, because I think you've learned that temperance energy like within the beginning of this Cancer season, and perhaps you're still balancing that out a little bit, but I think that this is like that kind of shift in that. So you're listening to that beautiful thing that whispers yes to you, and that's that Venus energy too. It's like you're on the right track. Keep growing, keep beautifully manifesting and beautifully creating and beautifully seeing those dreams, and work with that beautiful nature of your situation instead of working against it. So it's like you've made sure to prioritize self-care. You've created things that you needed to create, and you focused on creating harmony. And this energy too is saying like this disharmony that maybe has been occurring, this is that time to get rid of that disharmony, and don't be so overprotective. Like, again, it's like open up to the world, open up to the creativity that's inside of you, open up to this empathy, this unconditional love, and this beautiful unification energy of this 13 frequency, the Venus and Mars conjunction. It's like mind, body, and spirit. To me, that's what this all says too. It's like the beautiful, you have everything that you need to grow, and everything's connected. It's absolutely beautiful. So now we look into the Magician, because he's like, I feel like he had these latent talents. There was these questionable energies. Perhaps there was blocking in the creative energy and unfocused. And I think that because we have the Empress on the other side, I think those creative things are worked out. He's engaging within his natural talents, using the powers of manifestation. That creativity is now coming through. And, some of this has come from a lot of intuition too with this Page of Cups, because I feel like this Page of Cups is that beautiful like triangle energy here. It's like it's going up into the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And remember, you can reverse these roles however you like, but I'm just that those are the energies I'm getting from these cards. So it's like the intuition has come through, and it's like it's created this expansion in the consciousness and the awareness. And the divine masculine, the Magician here, has stepped into his personal power and decided to shape the material world in that way. All of those breaths in and out, and as above and so below. Again, we're getting this energy of balance coming through here. And he's carved these beautiful new beginnings and perspectives into reality, because it's come from that change of perspective, that change in that heart chakra, from that Page of Cups. And he's I feel like he's found his muse. I feel like, this the magician, the divine masculine, is seeing that he also has the ability to create life, to create that beautiful life, to create that beautiful world, to make those energies of transformation, to transmute those shadowy energies, those disharmony, to transmute it and manifest it into something else that's wonderful and beautiful. And it's like he's found his muse, perhaps by connecting into his Venus energies, into that creative energies. And everything's sitting in front of him. It's like a giant universal cauldron here swirling, and it's like that world energy too. It's like this beautiful sacred geometry, like everything's flowing together. The world is spinning and flowing, and absolutely beautiful energy. So it's like it's all swirling together. Things are being brought to life. You're manifesting the life that you desire through that Mars energy, through that action, through that drive and motivation. But you wouldn't have gotten there if you didn't tap into that divine feminine energy. So that's really beautiful that, this is really like confirmation that these things are happening. These balances are being made. The balances between the divine masculine and feminine is absolutely beautiful. And, this Page of Cups here is saying, like, this world is, the Page of Cups has given you this energy to move forward, to remind you that the world is your oyster, and it's giving you that, this is giving you that bit of excitement, because I feel like this energy is like kind of underneath all of this Venus and Mars conjunction. So this has kind of happened a little bit before it, like I said, with Cancer season and stuff. And so this is kind of ushering this in for us as well. So it's like you want to see what happens next. It's this beautiful creative energy, and it's like, things are being illuminated with that Sun card again as the overall energy. Lots of illumination is happening here. And this page is like, this is those dreams that have been coming through. This is those moments of serendipity, perhaps those connections that you're making with people that, this isn't just divine masculine and feminine. This isn't soulmate, kindred relationship, because it can be for some, but because this is a collective reading, I think some of it is just like these unexpected communications and connections that you're making with people as you go out into the world with that Mars energy, And this is also, again, it's that opening of that heart chakra, that joyful energy, the Sun energy coming in, the playfulness of Leo and the self-expression energy too. And I think that's kind of ushering in some of this. And it's like you're being motivated by these innovative ideas. And then you have this beautiful sensitivity too, like he's being kind of like swept away by his emotions. And it's like this first breath of love. It's like, I feel like as you're stepping over this precipice in the world, it's like you're stepping into a new way of looking at things and a new heart chakra opening, so now you can see these miracles, and you can hold these things in your hand, and there's these like fortuitous events that are coming your way, and you've manifested most of this. That's the thing. It's like you've manifested most of this because you balanced out your inner and outer energies, as above and so below. But this is like those dreams kind of were guiding you towards this, these intuitive musings that they arose for you. And they're continuing to arrive in your energy right now, too. I feel like this is that energy underneath and leading up to this as well. So it's like it's this time where like your thoughts are feeling very unique. And because you've engaged in that self-love, because you've gotten through Cancer season, it's like you're not being as overly sensitive as perhaps you would have been. And because this Empress is here and this Magician as well, it's like you're not blocking your flow anymore. You're trying to let go. And I feel like this World card too is like you've given up some elements of control. that, whereas maybe in the past that would have been more difficult for you. So you're feeling silly, you're feeling curious, these feelings of wonder and awe. And it's like you're allowing yourself to maybe dream again too. You know, it's like you're not blocking things, you're standing in the middle of this and you're just allowing it to flow. And it's like this too, it like makes me think of like a hula hoop. And I did see during the shuffle the Three of Cups on the overall energy card in the Tarot Mystical Moments, and they were yep, here it is. It was right underneath. Dancing with hula hoops. So it's like this time of celebration too. This beautiful three energy. It's like the mother and the maiden and the crone and you know, the magician and the empress and the magic. It's like this beautiful holy trinity energy, and celebrating that too with your tribe and your friends. And you know, those are some important connections that you're making as well, that will kind of inspire you and help you and kind of balance you out as well. It's absolutely beautiful energy. And I love how it all kind of flows together. And you know, spirit and the universe are telling us that, yeah, you know, this energy is powerful and it is something to embrace and to be open to and to be aware of, and to do what you can from your corner of the world to make that difference in other people's lives, and to balance your own divine masculine and feminine. And don't forget that they exist within you. And once you do that, you can find your counterpart. You know, this to me, it does speak of this beautiful soulmate energy, these beautiful connections that I see, all these circles and swirling energies, and things are just flowing together and connecting, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Connections are being made. So beautiful energy. I'm going to leave it at that because I'm very tired and I would like to go outside a little bit now that it's not quite raining. And I would like to connect with nature as well, because Venus is guiding me to do that. Very important. So do that if you can as well, my friends. Have a lovely evening. Blessed be.